Hi there, I'm Philip Paxton. Note that this vlog contains offensive language. I want to talk to you about a story I found in Adelaide Now, and the headline is "Genital Posters Degrade Women." And the story is that Melbourne sculptor Greg Taylor's got this new exhibition called Cunts and Other Conversation, and it's been banned for degrading women and being vulgar. It features 141 porcelain sculptures of women's genitals and is described by the artist as a very simple show with a very simple story. This is what some women's cunts look like. Couldn't get simpler than that, I suppose. Now, the Australian Family Association has said that there was absolutely no excuse for the use of the C word or the public display of the sculptures. Well, I think this whole thing's really interesting for several reasons. If the exhibition had been called Cocks and Other Conversations, and had featured 141 sculptures of flaccid penises, I don't think that it would have caused the same outrage. Maybe if the penises were erect, but that would be deliberately sexual, which the female genital sculptures are not. What I think we may have found will be the same women who are criticising the work in question, instead taking the opportunity to have a wee chuckle at the male anatomy, as women often do, particularly if the work had been made by a woman. I agree with Taylor in a way when he says critics should ask themselves what they find so disgusting about a woman's body. And really one does have to ask who is more offensive, the artist who celebrates the female form, or the critic who says it's just too gross to present publicly. But it's an interesting dilemma that Taylor used the Australian Postal Service to distribute launch invitations, because what that meant was that postal workers were exposed to the graphic images and language in their job. Now, in an employment context, this could be construed as unwanted harassment for some people, for which their employer is ultimately responsible. And I'm not sure that's fair on the Australian Postal Service. So had I been in Taylor's shoes, I would have probably been more discreet in this regard. Maybe an envelope would have been in order. What intrigues me most is how this highlights the way that the use of most swear words has become really prevalent and acceptable over the last few years, except the word cunt, which seems to be the last bastion of linguistic moral outrage. I mean, even my mother now says shit on occasion, which she never would have done 20 years ago. I doubt she would say fuck, and yet she would hear it several times a night on TV after 8:30 and probably not think twice about it. And certainly the brand FCUK is testament to the tolerance that we now have about coarse language or any sort of reference to it in daily life. I'm no linguist, but it seems to me that cunt is no worse than other swear words. Like most others, it has 4 letters, It's one syllable, and it has the same pattern of a strong vowel sound sandwiched by hard consonants, which makes it a very cathartic sound to say. By the way, I think people that swear a lot are very emotionally expressive, but that's another blog. The C word obviously means a woman's vagina, but it's also used to refer derogatorily to men. And one has to ask, is Taylor a cunt to do an exhibition about cunts? And it's also used to refer to women as well as men. A lesbian friend of mine used to make me laugh hysterically when she caustically referred to her ex-lovers as fucking cunts. But still, cunt is that word that, unlike fucking shit, you still think twice about saying, even in close conversation, let alone in public. Why? Well, maybe it's because we are in a moral dilemma about whether female genitalia is disgusting or not. My last year of thinking that I want to share is this all of this art? And if so, what makes it so? My interest at the moment is focused on creative diversity and its relation to the arts. So that was actually my first question to myself when I read this article. Is this an example of creative diversity? And I think it is, not because of the content, but because of the dialogue that the content provokes when it's thought about properly. In fact, I would go as far as to say this. It's art when the conversation is tied up with didactic arguments like, is it right or wrong? Should it be allowed? Is it art? I think it becomes creative diversity when we ask, what does this mean? What does it provoke positively and negatively? And how does it impact and change individuals, groups, and society? Thanks for watching. I'm Philip Paxton and look forward to talking to you again soon.